My favorite times of year in Colorado are early spring and early fall. This is for two reasons, really. First, I like to be chilly, but I don't like snow. So, this time of year gives me that 45 to 55 degree temperature that I really like. And second, I really like wearing light jackets. You get all the style and the feel of a heavier jacket without any of the bulk, which is also a good thing for me because I'm not a big fan of bulky jackets in general unless I have to wear them. So today's feature, the Ojai jacket from Taylor Stitch, is one such light jacket. And I think for these transitionary periods between seasons, it could be one of the best. So if you want to see a little bit more about it, stick around and we'll chat about it. I'm Patrick, and this is Rocky Mountain Style. The Ojai jacket is Taylor Stitch's take on the historical design commonly called a chore coat. It originated in 19th century France, and as far as I can tell, the reason why it's permeated so much of the world and so much of style with its popularity is down to one key thing, and I think that's its simplicity. So it's simplicity in its design and its simplicity in how you wear it, really. So the design is really quite unassuming. It's kind of boxy. It has some pockets. Doesn't really have any extra accoutrements, that some jackets may have. No ornate stitching or angles or anything like that. It's very simple. And that means that it goes with pretty much anything, in really any style. Also, it's generally a light jacket that can just sort of be thrown on. It can be thrown on over a t-shirt like I have it here, but it's also thin enough usually that you can put it underneath a heavier layer if you need to layer for some reason. And, just the simplicity with the pockets, the functionality. If you're doing something, there's always a place to put your things. So it really makes sense why it's really popular, and I'm glad that I finally got one like this that's somewhat accurate to the historical representation so I can experience it myself and bring that to you guys. Now, Taylor Stitch's version of the Ojai comes in many different flavors. So this one, of course, here is a more common cotton construction, the organic twill. They offer them in suede, wool, hemp. Sometimes you might see them in leather. I've seen them, actually they just came out with one that's a sort of quilted nylon that looks like a puffer jacket in a black watch tartan pattern, which is pretty cool. Big fan of that one. And they're usually limited production runs. So if you see one that you really identify with, that you really love, it's probably a good idea to hop on it because it may never be restocked. That's probably the case with the first Ojai jacket I saw back in the day. I think it may not have been a sashiko, but it was at least a waffle check, kind of like the trucker I featured on the channel last week. But I digress. So this specific jacket is an 8-ounce organic cotton. It's pre-washed to make it more comfy on the first wear. Generally speaking, unless you're trying to fade something, I prefer things to be pre-washed like that because they're comfy right when you put them on. It has pretty unique ringback buttons with brass pins and rings, and I'll be honest, I've never personally seen something like this on a garment. I'm sure it's somewhat common, but my first time with it, I think it's kind of cool. It has 5 total pockets on the front, counting the 2 hand warmer pockets on the side. I think that's a nice feature. You can put your hands down the top or into the side, whichever feels more comfortable. The jacket utilizes double needle stitching throughout, meaning it's nice and sturdy. It retails for $188, and as with most Taylor Stitch products, it's made in their factory in China, which you can read about on the Taylor Stitch website to see some of the details about where it's being manufactured. I took a size 40, which is their medium in this jacket. The chest measurement listed on the website for this is 45 inches, which is usually what I try to hit when I'm buying outerwear that I don't plan on wearing over a ton of heavy stuff. The chest and the sleeves are both really nice on this and fit me pretty much perfectly. The shoulders are just slightly snug when I cross my arms, but really not enough to cause me any sort of issues. I'm completely fine with it. The overall cut is boxy, as you can see, and if you're a thinner guy, I'd guess it's likely to be very loose and boxy regardless of what size you get, so just know that that's the style. And I do like the extra length of this jacket, the chore coat length. Most of the jackets I have tend towards the trucker cut or just being more moto style, so they're a little bit shorter. And I like that this adds a little bit of extra protection against the wind if you're using it during those transitionary periods that I mentioned in the opening. At the end of the day, I think this kind of jacket is one you predominantly buy because of the styling rather than pure functionality. Although having a bunch of pockets on the front is pretty functional, it's really a style first piece. Speaking of style, it's very easy to style, easy to throw on. It has kind of a neat historic bent to it if you want to consider that. And with most Taylor Stitch products, really all Taylor Stitch products that I've had, it seems really well built. Built for the long haul is their tagline. So I guess we'll see as I continue to wear and see if that's actually true in this case. So in closing, I think you can probably do worse than this jacket if you're looking for something like that. And I really like mine, and I'll be wearing it a lot into the future and as we transition into the spring. If you want to see how it maybe changes with a wash here and there in the wear, I'll be posting regular updates on Instagram with this as part of outfits, so feel free to follow me there if you want to see more of that. And really, that's it. I want to thank you guys for watching with me today. I want to thank Taylor Stitch for sending this my way for a review at my request. Really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, you know the drill. Leave a comment below, and I will respond to it. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.